Shalom, Israel. Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect Akim that are laboring by pushing this word in truth and sincerity. Feeding the sheep and warning the world. The world of Israel first and foremost, and of that world, the elect. This is just going to be a quick lesson going into, women empowerment that's going on, and how that is going to be one of the first things that go out the window when all hell breaks loose, because whether women believe it or not, nothing has changed from the ancient world until now. And by that, I mean, when shit hits the fan, when stuff gets bad, when there's an intruder, when there's any type of threat, women always get behind a man, get behind something that can defend them, get behind something that is holding the power, and whether that be their man or what. But a lot of the women that have, divorced their man, went above and beyond to drag their man through the courts, to get him on child support, to make sure that she doesn't have to have a job, by saying all types of lies to the court and to whatever man's family, so that his kids can't even be seen by him as often as he'd like. All these women got receipts, and these men know exactly where they live. So when all hell breaks loose, these women aren't going to be covered. They're going to be soft targets. There's plenty of scriptures that go into that, and I'm going to bring out a few before I ramble on even more. I wanted to bring this out in St. Luke 23 and 27. This is, and there followed him a great company of people and of women, which also bewailed and lamented him. And just a little backstory, this is as Yahweh Shai is heading to the cross right now. And so he's heading on his way to just get the most tortured, beat, insulted, the worst way to go out. He's heading into it, and this was his response. And this is how cold the response it was, because of everything that he's about to go through. He's about to respond to them with this. This is 28. But Yahweh Shai, turning unto them, said, daughters of Jerusalem, and that's Jerusalem, which is a people before it's a place, weep not for me, but weep for yourselves and for your children. So that's cold. He's saying, and he's saying this, I'll finish it out and then I'll go back and break it down. This is 29. It says, for behold, the days are coming in the which they shall say, blessed are the barren and the wombs that never bear, and the paps which never gave suck. So I'm going to go back up to 28. So it says, but Yahweh Shai turning unto them. So he turned and faced the crowd that was all crying and wailing and, making a big old scene that's following him. And he said, weep not for me, but weep for yourselves. And why did he say that? Because he knew that in 70 AD, Jerusalem was going to fall to Titus of Rome when it got sacked, when the siege of Jerusalem happened. And we know about what happened with that. There was all types of cannibalism that was happening. There was all types of pretty much mayhem ensuing. Demonic forces causing people to lose it when they got nothing. When a man has nothing else to lose, he loses it. And when they don't have food, they don't have nothing, which is one of the worst ways to go out. That's a way to go. So it says, but also because he understood reincarnation, and that these same people would have to come back time and time again and go through the captivities, go through Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation, etc., etc. But Yahweh Shai, after he went through his trials, he's in the spirit world, he's in the kingdom, he's sitting at the right hand of Yahweh. So he's going to be good, but everyone else still here on earth is going to have to go through all their lives, their reincarnated lives, again and again, getting the judgment put on them, pretty much, And it says, for behold, the days are coming, which is those evil days. Part of that was Jacob's trouble, and probably the majority of what he was speaking on most recently that was going to happen was the siege of Jerusalem. In the which they shall say, blessed are the barren, and the barren is a woman that cannot have kids, and the wombs that never bear, and the paps which never gave suck. And paps goes into breasts, that never had to, nurture a child. Because when you're on the run, and when you got people chasing after you, and you're trying to keep quiet in the night, you don't want a crying baby giving away your position. And they show you that in all types of movies. I remember one episode in Walking Dead. There was a nomad, a traveling group that they never had a home. They just moved within the zombies, and the way that they were able to move within the zombies is because they wore the skin of dead people's faces. But there was somebody that had a baby, and it was crying, and so all the zombies started to head towards that girl and create a scene, and zombies were getting out of course because they would guide them certain directions. But since they moved like wolves, but since that lady was distracting the group from getting done what they needed, she literally laid the baby down to get eaten, and just laid it there, and because it was throwing the course of them being able to navigate. But it just goes to show you that in the last days these women are going to be ruthless, and I heard it from another brothers. They were saying that when the siege of Jerusalem was sacked, when the Roman soldiers were going into the houses, there's an account of an Israelite woman that had her dead baby in her arms, and she was eating it, and the Roman soldiers threw up and left, and they said that the lady actually offered some of the food to the Roman soldiers. That's how crazy they were, and how scared they were to go outside, and the Roman soldiers were shocked by it. And I had another one, and this is just a good visual example of what's going to happen, because these women are the ones that are going to be getting it the worst, because they're not the stronger vessel, they're the weaker vessel, as the scriptures say. So when all hell breaks loose, man, that Miss Independent bitch spirit, what I like to call it, that I don't need a man, I can do everything a man can do, I can do better, that type of spirit is going right out the door. And I'm going to read this, just skim through this real quick. This is the Shawty didn't hold back at all. This is just going into a woman that's pretty much going into other women and why they ain't no good men. I'll just read it. It says, there are no good men out here, so say many women. Actually, no, sis, there are out there, but they avoid you because you're disrespectful, you're unappreciative, which is a description perfectly of all these women these days. The majority. If this doesn't apply to you, then don't worry about it. If the shoe fits, wear it. But, don't take everything up the butt if you're a sister thinking this video is about you. If you're doing the right thing, you got nothing to worry about. If you're serving a man of the Lord, correctly, and not bucking up and coming up with attitude every single day, every time you got a mood swing or he does something wrong, you got to speak on it. No, you don't. This is going down the list. You complain all the time about everything. You're materialistic, the opposite of wealth building, because these women don't have a nation building mindset. They have a, I want it now, and if I can't see it, fuck you, nigga, I'm on to the next, type mentality. It says you're loud and unpleasant, always loud and saying shit. You're a slay queen, whatever that is, which is just promoting whoredom, It says you think your career is more important than family. That's right, because these dried ass bitches, once they hit 40, want to have kids once they establish themselves, and their fucking pussy don't work anymore. Fucking cobwebs and fucking dust mites coming out that bitch. So, too late. And that's what even Cardi B said. It says, I don't want to be a rapper, I want to be a mother. And this dumb bitch got done just misleading thousands of women, and now she wants to be a mother. The fuck out of here. Fuck you hoes, man. And if you don't like how I speak, man, because the way I'm talking about these women, man, then that's your problem. Go watch another video, because hey, we're gonna tell it how it is, because the majority of these women are in bed with Esau, literally and figuratively, and most importantly spiritually, because that's who they see as God. They don't see the Israelite man as their authority. They don't see Yahweh Bashem Yahushai as their authority, and they don't take advice from the scriptures. Every time you deal with a woman and she gets an emotional response, if you go back to scriptures, probably 90% of the time, she's not even getting mad because of something that's going off in the Bible. It's because something in the Bible made her go upset, like a man having multiple women, or a man having a wife and a concubine. You know, this bugs women out, and that's why this truth is not for you women. You know, my tabernacle is with men. You know, roughly paraphrasing. You know, there's no such thing as a woman prophetess. You know, this is continuing. And a prophetess in the scriptures just means a woman who can sing or has a dream, tells her husband, and her husband interprets it. A woman doesn't go in front of a congregation and starts teaching and preaching. Okay? This is continuing down the list. It says, you don't even like children. You're negative. You're a user. You think sex is for fun. The way you dress is embarrassing. That's right, because these women don't dress how they want to be addressed. If you dress like a whore, you're going to get dressed like a whore. You know, if you dress with your titties out and your ass cheeks hanging out the bottom of your short shorts, guess what? You ain't going to be looked at nothing more than a fucking sex toy. This is continuing. It says the way you dress is embarrassing. Being with you would be like being with another man. That's right, because technically they got the spirits of these other men. You know, with retaining the semen from Tom, Dick, and Harry and every other rod that they got fucking jammed in them. You know, this is all this women that oh, why am I so bipolar? Why do I have mood swings? Bitch, because you got fucking other men's semen in you controlling your spirit. You know, because the woman belongs to one man, and that's the man who took her virginity. Okay? This is all you do is talk about yourself and what you want. You have standards, but are actually below standard as wife material. That's right, because these bitches don't cook. These bitches don't clean. These bitches don't say support you. These bitches don't give you money every once in a while, you know, just to go get something. You know, there's all types of things, man, that these women just don't get, man. And it doesn't matter if you got a woman that you think is Sarah reincarnated, man. She's still gonna go off, you know. Because I can speak about this stuff, man, because, you know, I do have a wife. I've been married for over a year, you know, technically according to Esau, even though I ain't never signed no fucking paperwork for that motherfucker, man. So, but either way, man, I have been around the block to understand women that are fucking scandalous. And even King Solomon said that, you know. Here, I'll get that. He said, it says, of these 1,000 men I have found. Salakia. I'm trying to get it quick. Yes, right. This is Ecclesiastes, Salakia, 7:28. It says, which yet my soul seeketh, but I find not. One man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all those have I not found. That's right, because this is King Solomon doing an experiment, you know, and King Solomon knew a thing or two about women, okay? And if you know anything about how King Solomon got down, you know he had plenty. So let the rule of averages play a role here, man. You know, out of 1,000 women, he did not find one that was righteous, because all these women, you know, are more susceptible to being controlled by, you know, things that we can't see, spirits, principalities, rulers in dark places, you know, which is all just Yahweh Bashem Yahushai controlling the affairs of the world. But, you know, this video has been going in on women, and I had one more, and I'm going to close out on this one. This is Micah 7:10. It says, then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord Yahweh thy God? Mine eyes shall behold her, now shall she be trodden down as the mire in the streets. That's right, because all these proud women that are saying, oh, well, where's your God? Where's this? Where's that? Where's your sky daddy? Oh, you didn't get no spiritual powers. Oh, you're hungry. Where's your God? You know, like Job's wife. You know, you're going to have those women in your ear. You know, but soon enough, they're going to be trodden down like the mud in the streets, like the mud in the muck that you don't even care about rolling down the gutter in the street, man. You're going to see blood and guts and some fucking a weave going in the gutter, and you ain't going to give two shits about it, man, because that's judgment. And a lot of these women are going to get judged. But at the same time, a lot more of these women are going to get saved, because those women that get saved are going to be clean, virgins, young women, not used and abused as fucking pussy looser than a wizard's sleeve, you know, for the elect men, you know, for the first fruits, man. So, hey, I didn't want to go too much on, but I wanted to make this a quick hitter, making sure that, these women know that their place is that they have no place except under their man. And whatever their man says, that is it. This proud ass, I can do everything a man can do but better. That's bullshit. That's Babylon juice making you drunk, thinking that you're stumbling in the right direction and you're stumbling right off a fucking cliff. So you women that think that you got it all figured out, you don't. And so get under a man, shut your mouth when he fucking tells you to do something, and learn to be respectful to your man. Don't worry about what another man does. If your man doesn't want you to do this or do that, don't do it. And a lot of arguments can be saved if you just be quiet. No one needs to hear your opinion because it's going to be an emotion-based opinion, And for men thinking, no man should treat his woman like that. Hey, no man is going to tell another man how to treat his pair of shoes, right? I'll get that real quick. Because the scriptures say when a man getteth a wife, he getteth a possession. Your shoes aren't going to say, oh, you're not wearing me today. Oh, you can't do that to me. No, this is Ecclesiasticus 36:24. He that getteth a wife getteth a possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest. What man is fighting with himself if he's telling his woman what to do? It doesn't make sense. A man is not going to argue with himself because he tells you what to do, which is the exact same thing as a woman arguing with her man. You're not there to do your will. You're there to do the will of your husband, to be a pillar of rest, and not Israelite man has to come home and fight. He comes home after fighting the whole world, dealing with boss, bills, and bullshit all day, just to come back and deal with a bitch that's fucking making his life harder than it is easier. Okay? No man needs to come home and have to deal with a whole demon-ass woman, and his wife and that woman the same time is smiling in her fucking daddy Esau's boss's face the whole time at work, fucking laughing and shit with their fucking work husband and shit, and that's why these women, man, they're gonna get it, and they're gonna get it the worst, so with that being said, I'm gonna close out on this, and I hope that the lesson was edifying, and another way to say the same thing that the elders and apostles have always been saying is that you women are out of order, to get in line, and judgment is coming for you bitches, man. And it's straight like that, no chaser. So, hey, with that being said, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakak Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the Akim that are laboring in this thing in truth and sincerity. Keep pushing, keep persevering, because we're almost out of there. DTA and a Baba Ball soon. Shalom.